dum diddy dum diddy dum 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum 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 diddy dum. Hold on, let's double check if we live on both places. Y'all did y'all get y'all boys got a notification?
Yeah, I got the notification.
Hold on.
Yeah, I got the notification.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Does it say I'm live on whatchamacallit? On Facebook?
No. You heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't show. It was a way for you to.
Hold on. See on notification. You want to know something? It's gonna show different. Go to the little the watch symbol. Go to the little watch symbol to see who's going live. It's like a little. It's gonna say live.
Go where?
You know, on Facebook where it says live. Matter of fact, I'm being a real goofy about it right now. Hold on, I gotta know how to do this. Yeah, look, go on my page. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
We're on live. I see it.
It says that we're live right now on the page.
Yes, I see it. I went to the live and I'm watching right now. You're on. Yeah, Bassini. Yep, you're live. We're live on both. All right.
Shit, let's get it. Hold on. Oh, Ronnie, do you see it?
Yeah, no, I said you live. You can go ahead. But I ain't see it on Facebook, no.
No, it's on Facebook. You got to go on my page.
Yeah, it's on there, Ronnie.
If you got to go on, or if you go where it says live at, if you friends, you'll see it. There's a notification. Matter of fact.
No, we're live. That was it. You're live. We're live. You hear me?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see something. All right. Let's get it. Let me turn off my hood fan. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuning into Chaos Culture Radio. I'm with the guys. A couple dear friends of mine. We all from the same block. It's me, Prince Hakeem, and I'm gonna let my friends introduce themselves.
It's your boy New Jordanera. We are here. Let's go. Let's get it.
And this is your man Ronnie Ron. I'm in the house.
And never out the house. And he owns the house. We all own the house. Now, we're gonna talk about something real dear to a lot of y'all, especially to a lot of black men and to a lot of football lovers. You feel me?
Right.
It's the, you know what I mean? And we got Jordan here. He's a football connoisseur. You know what I mean? Because I know you're in the sports. You know, I played football in school. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And it's from one of our beloveds. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want to call him a beloved, but it's just a little bit hard. Like I want you to give your premise and your perception on how you feel about this situation. Because you know what I mean, I have my own way of thinking sometimes. And sometimes I look things from a different lens. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I want to try to understand this lawsuit that he got and this thing about systemic racism and stuff like that. You feel me? You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, to try to understand that, like, you know what I mean, it's just a little bit difficult to try to grasp that idea because I haven't heard nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know, like, what's good with this? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
What is your premise on this?
Okay. So all of y'all, you don't know what's going on in the NFL. Former head coach Brian Flores, he is suing the NFL for racial discrimination, and it's a lawsuit. And really, he's really not. And what he's really getting at is not just that y'all think of the name NFL. What he's trying to get at are these NFL owners, definitely. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna get into some details with it. So in case you don't know, Brian Flores used to coach the Miami Dolphins. He was there for 3 seasons. He had a 24-25 record. First year was a losing season, of course. Mm-hmm. But in 2020, he had a bad season too. He had a 10-6 record. Okay, which that was a great year. I know y'all Miami fans. I know y'all was happy. Y'all going to the right direction. And then last year, he had, even though you guys started with a losing season, I guess we just got 1-7. He turned to 1-7 to a 9-8 season. And that was probably one of the, he had like a 9-10 game run or something like that. And that was like the best run in the NFL so far. And I think the second was the Kansas City Chiefs. Mm. So after that, he got fired. He got fired from his job. And out of all the firings that happened in the NFL, that was a big shocker because, we saw what he was doing in the Miami Dolphins, and we thought he was doing it. To most people, he was doing a hell of a job. Mm-hmm. Well, fortunately, it didn't work out. I guess he'll go a different direction. And so that's being said, he went to go for interviews, and he went to interview for the New York Giants. He had an interview on Thursday, mm-hmm. but Coach Bill Belichick texted on Monday, said, "Congratulations, you got the job," not knowing that Bill Belichick texted the wrong guy because there was another guy named Brian that he got the job. So by Brian Flores finding out that he thought he had a job because he was supposed to have an interview last Thursday, he found out on Monday that he thought he got the job, but it was another Brian that got the job. Mm-hmm. So, and then there's other stuff that we're going to get to that happened, but he has interviews for other NFL teams. And then before he got the NFL job, there was stuff that was other interviews that kind of went wrong. And also with the Rooney Rule that set place in the NFL, all NFL teams, if they're looking to hire a new coach, they got at least interview a minority coach, and that was established back in 2003. Which the Rooney Rule came with the Rooneys from the Pittsburgh Steelers, and right now, as we speak in 2022, we only have one black coach in the NFL, and that's Mike Tomlin for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so from 2003 into 2022, with the Rooney Rule, we expect this rule to give more black coaches opportunity to coach. Now we almost 20 years in, and we see no change.
Yeah.
And so what Brian Flores is doing, what he's doing is filing this lawsuit with racial discrimination, which this could be a possibility that this can he might not ever coach again because you go into the territory of these NFL owners.
Woo.
And so he's taking a stand of saying like, hey, I'm gonna take this stand. He'd rather see change than to go to he'd rather see change than to go with the BS of what the NFL's doing.
No, definitely. But
and so this is where we go so far. So gentlemen, what do you think about this?
Me personally, I think the lawsuit need to be dropped. Hear me out now. Hear me out. Here's the point. Here's the point of fact about this. If you see the default picture, I come from a certain mind state of a do for self. Booker T. Washington and the honorable Marcus Messias Garvey. This is these white folks stuff. Why are we still complaining? This is where I'm coming from at. Don't get me wrong. I see it as this. You knew what you was getting yourself into when you come into this. You feel me? This is why I say that. Don't get me wrong. And don't get me wrong. Inclusion is gonna come when they want you to be included. Am I wrong? You think you're gonna go ahead against some of the most powerful people in NFL, which 99% of all owners are white? Most people who try to take a stance don't even play no more. Look what happened to Kaepernick. He's never going to play ever again. Ever again. It's done. You stated your point, and NFL still hasn't changed. You get what I'm trying to say? When you start to make a change, you stop going to football shows. You stop buying the merch. You stop doing this. You pulling up an allegation, he's not going to work no more. After this is done, it's going to get swept under the rug. You get what I'm trying to say? Another standpoint I look at this is our beloved brother. I don't know him from a canopy. I don't know what his life is. I've done a little bit of research behind him. I see he has an exceptionally well background coming from school. You know what I mean? I know he doesn't identify as a Black American. You know what I mean? He's Honduran, right?
Yep.
So I want to know, is his views on race is the same as a nigga from Watts or Compton? Or a nigga from Flint or Detroit? I'm asking, stop me when I'm here.
Keep going, because I'm gonna throw a curve off that.
Yeah, I want you to curve it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I mean? He has a white Hispanic wife.
Yeah,
he has a white Hispanic wife. That's no pun intended. You know, everybody can love who they love. So when I'm talking about you're throwing racism, build your own freaking ship. You feel I'm trying to say, Dr. Dre? Ice Cube got the big 3. I'm about to order a jersey. You know what I'm saying? We was just talking about Deion Sanders. Nigga, it's HBCU. Nigga, I can't wait to go to Mississippi to go see them boys. All black. There's nothing to talk about. They got the winning season. Can't nobody tell Dion nothing over there because you want to know why he's working for his peoples. Am I wrong? Nobody can't say, hey, you losing. Hey, we can't pay you this. Man, that man bringing millions of dollars. A lot. Why haven't Brian Flores go try to coach at HBCU?
I don't think he wants to. I think he wants to coach in the NFL. I don't think he
wants to coach and no problem. Ain't no brothers on no teams. Everybody running around here claiming they billionaires, not nan nigga on the team. And you see what I'm saying? And they probably ain't gonna let no nigga on no team either. Listen, NFL and basketball is a modern day version of what the slave blocks used to be on Charleston, South Carolina, when they was dropping niggas off on the boats. They do the same thing. They make them niggas dress down half naked, check out their biceps and their triceps. And
hold on. I gotta cut you off with the NBA. Hold on. I gotta cut you off. I was getting with you, Hakeem, with the NFL. I gotta disagree with the NBA. Because NBA, they're letting their players talk.
Okay.
And then also, there and I told you earlier before we was off. We see a lot more lenient with these NBA owners with the team of listening. But I tell you, when the pandemic happened and had to shut down the NBA, and then when they shut down the NBA, remember the social injustice with the George Floyd thing happened, and remember that was a big worldwide thing, and so when the NBA, remember a lot of athletes were speaking about it, and at the time NBA they wanted to restart their season, and so when they restart their season, players was like, okay, cool, but we want to bring in more social justice about it as well. Meaning, I want to have, they had the Black Lives Matter on their court. They was in Orlando, having slogans in the back of their jersey. And it continued to talk about these issues too, because the NBA owners, they was letting them doing that. NFL owners, they're different. They won't let them do that.
Yeah, they are different because it's the good old boy system.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like I want, like I said with NBA, I want to say that because we only saw it one time. That was Darwin Stern back 4 or 5 years ago. Where we call him his mistress talking about her talking about black people, and he's talking about black people in a negative way.
Yeah. We pay these guys. We buy them houses.
Mm-hmm.
He meant what he said.
No, he meant what he said. But when we found out, he was banned immediately.
He was banned immediately, but how did he lose when he sold the team? He tripled his profit. That meant the LA Clippers was sold for $1 billion. He had bought it for less than pennies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he did not lose anything. The point is, we need us. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. We need us another Negro League. I need me another Negro League.
But the problem is, we don't support each other. The Negro League won't work anyway.
That's the praise the Lord.
And the problem with that, another problem is too, we're so into these Division I schools of going to these big schools. And the thing is, Raheem, they breeding them all the way from middle school and high school.
That is the PWIs. Isn't that what they call them?
Yes.
The PWIs. And listen, I'm tired of seeing people on TikToks talking about the effects they going through the PWIs. It's tons of HBCUs. Pay that bread.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to throw you a curveball. I had another point that you might agree on too.
Yeah.
You remember in back in 1967 with the Black Summit they kicked off Muhammad Ali because of he wanted to go to war with the Viet Congs.
Yeah.
And y'all remember the Black Summit with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell,
Yeah.
Jim Brown, they all
Yes.
stood together for that man.
They did.
And I was gonna say this: why we can't do that? Why we can't do that now?
You
Like
are
I
so
said, especially with the NFL, which is majority black, minority black, and same with the NBA, that's majority black. We make y'all, actually, matter of fact, we make y'all product look good.
listen.
And then with this money, going with your point, we should be saving this money and making our own league because they're profiting off of us. But it's just like the capitalist, and what's the problem with that? It's just the capitalist of the country of making more money, all that type of stuff. And that's how the country is, and we're kind of programmed to that of we just need to spend. If you're making this money, get the money we need and spend and save, all that type of stuff. And I think that what the part of capitalism has kind of hurt our country, especially for our black people, of more of a spending instead of saving or build what we need as an group of community. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, I agree with you 100%. Brother, when I say I agree with you, I agree with you. You're saying something so prevalent. You just put up a point that a lot of people are not explaining. I think Muhammad Ali was the only athlete that everybody else came to do that. After all of that, every athlete who stand the 10 was balled out, who spoke out on any type of injustice or racial issues. Come back to my first point. If you know the game is rigged, why are you still playing it? Talk to me on that.
Money.
And this is okay, Bum. This is the thing. When you're tied to white money, which is not a problem, because I'm tied to white money. I have a boss. You feel me? We all do. But soon I'm turning that into black money. You feel what I'm trying to say? But the thing about it is complaining about something you already knew before you walk in the door. Oh shit, this ain't my house. It never was your house. But the thing about it is, I always tell people, stop forcing people to love you. Stop forcing to talk about inclusion. I understand that. We need to take a different stance. A lot of people fail to understand. Marcus Mosiah Garvey, I got to put a point on this. An immigrant from Jamaica, he came here, raised over, I don't know how much money to start the Black Star Line. He started his own ship line with black people funding it. Imagine if every black man who spends literally thousands of dollars on season tickets in NFL stopped going, the NFL would not be worth it anymore. They'll be begging niggas to come back. Listen, if I'd rather watch arena football if I knew some brothers own it. Am I wrong? Because you want to know why.
Matter of fact, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, which he's half black, he has a part. I think he's the owner of the arena. No. Is he? I think.
Yeah,
let me look it up.
Look it. I think he probably is. And if he is, let's shake something. something.
XFL. He's a partner of the XFL.
Okay, which is another sub football group, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And listen here, when you start having people like that who's trying to build something, a lot of people fail to understand. LL Cool J and Ice Cube try to buy 2 sports networks. Them boys was out here trying to do God's work. You feel me? Lawsuits ain't gonna do no God's work. If you want to do God's work, Blind Flores need to try to figure out another way to combat that. Nigga, put in some work or go get you some bread to go buy your team. Then the person can't kick you off the team. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I would say not in this generation. You would need. That's hard, Hakeem. That's hard.
I know it's hard, but look what we're going through, bro. Everything we talked about, this is not the first time people have been talking about this same type of situation.
Mhm.
And nothing has been nothing. What is the other option? He's not the first. He's not the first black coach to be complaining about no white boy accepting him.
Oh yeah, it's been a lot.
It's been a lot. You don't think? Go ahead.
I would say the order to do that, we need powerful black men to do that.
We need powerful black men to start buying up teams or creating a whole separate football league. And brothers who not so hung up on being millionaires, because listen, most NFL players end up broke anyway. You might as well just go play for a sub team and just make the money that you can make your money. You ain't gonna have that money anyway. So why am I wrong?
I don't say it again.
I say most NFL players, most black NFL players end up broke anyway.
Oh yeah, true.
It's a statistical fact.
True. Yeah, and you can go by an average player, who stays in the league is, I think it's between 3 to 5 years, I believe, for average football NFL football player.
Yo, basically, this is why I was saying, if we ever get enough money, I'll buy me an arena league team or ex-football team, because you want to know why? It's all about creating a platform. All you need a platform, and young brothers will follow. Listen, Deion Sanders doing the God's work out here. Jackson State for life.
And there's also another former NFL player, Eddie George. He coaches Tennessee State, which I think it's Tennessee State. Which is a story of black colleges. So he's Eddie George. He's doing a hell of a job as well. I think, you know what, Hakeem? I think it starts with the HBCUs. We need more. We need more players. NFL players go to HBCUs, because back in the 80s, when there was scouts was looking at HBCUs to find great players. Michael Strahan, he came from HBCU. Jerry Rice came from HBCU.
Preach.
The great Walter Payton came from HBCU.
HBCU, preach.
The great LT came from the HBCU. HBCU. If we go back, like I said, I think we need more, former players like what Deion Eddie George is doing to go back to the HBCUs, which we're seeing, and hopefully we can continue to see grow that, because if you got talent, the NFL is going to find you. If you have talent, they'll go back to the HBCUs, and then when we start going back to the HBCUs, and we definitely we definitely former black coaches and former NFL players to do that, because they can see, instead of going to these Division Ones, I'm looking at Eddie George and Deion. Say, oh wait, we looked up to these. These are Hall of Famers. We looked up to them, and they coach.
Basically.
And the thing is, Deion, he got the number 1 recruit in the country.
Man,
the number 1 recruit.
Oh my God!
And you put Deion in that room to recruit and talk to your parents. He got him. He got your kid. He got him because he could talk.
You and I know the coaches in our high school was our second fathers.
Mm-hmm.
The man is. What is like for a black man to come look at somebody that look like him, to tell him, hey, brother, come here, we're going to take care of you. It's inspiring. I don't know what probably went through that brother's blood when Deion came and said, hey, I'm just going to go to Jackson State. I don't know about none of this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about none of this, bro. Listen, Deion even had a workshop where he was trying to teach young brothers not to get played by whores.
Yeah.
You remember he had Brittany Renner come there?
Yeah, Brittany Renner, yeah.
I'm talking about doing the God's work. Listen, he went and took his talents to a black school.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, let's be real about it. Can I be real about something? I'm going to touch something. He probably is not getting paid as much as if he went to a PWI.
Oh, yeah. He cool with money.
He's cool. He's cool with money, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. He could have went to a PWI and made twice as much money. A person with his caliber and his skill set. Mind you, he just took the school. He just took the school through a run. A lot of people don't understand college football and football from an extreme. People understand something. The way these teams make money is off the players, and off the players comes in tickets, comes in merchandising. You feel what I'm trying to say? Season seats, games, which a lot of these kids do not get money. So you're talking about a PWI like the Longhorns. You have the Huskies. You have Notre Dame, where a lot of our beloved brothers who went there made these colleges millions of dollars and giving them all this stuff. They got first, let's say something. They've already had money from white benefactors. Let's get that straight. But that extra money comes in from their sports things. This is why I could see Jackson State becoming a Division II school.
Yeah, give them 2 years.
Give them 2 years. I could see they can start being up with the big dogs. And here's the thing: the money that's accumulating through the school probably could do some big stuff. Not only that, though, more students will want to come there and starts to grow that, and then the school can probably be able to give some niggas some check. But here's the thing: I don't want to disregard nobody's feelings. I love my brother Brian Flores. I don't know what he went through. I'm not saying there's not no systemic racism. Listen, if you're a black man in America, you know it ain't gonna be fair for you. You got to work twice as hard to do whatever you got to do, right?
Yeah.
The last thing I'm going to do is complain or try to force somebody else's hand. You want to know what I'm gonna do? If there's a plot of land next door to him, I'm just gonna build my own shit. I'm gonna go to Marcus Garvey route because I know the protesting and the legality. Don't get me wrong. Not saying that doesn't always work, but everybody got their own way of doing things. You feel me? So I'm telling people, yes, there is a problem, but what is the solution? He's filing a lawsuit, which they already said online. I don't know if you read one point where it's a malicious accusation.
Yep.
They already discredited him, man. They say it's a malicious accusation.
Yeah. Would you say, I have a question. Would you say, let's see. How can I put this? Would you say Colin Kaepernick's situation is when he did what he did? Do you feel and because he also complained as well? Do you feel like question? Do you feel like Colin Kaepernick should speak out of the situation where Brian Flores is what he's doing, suing? Because remember, because Colin Kaepernick, he sued the NFL for collusion, and he got some money, and he got a settlement.
He did got a settlement, and it was a collusion too with his situation, but he hasn't spoken. He hasn't spoken. He hasn't said anything yet. I don't see no other niggas running because no other person going to fuck up their bag. You know what they're going to say? Man, I got kids to feed. The first thing they probably say, listen, I bet you this is what they're saying in the locker room. Man, fuck, man, F what that man talking about. He ain't even black. He's Honduran. He ain't no American nigga. He's screaming racism. He ain't never been hit with no billy club. I bet you that's what they're saying. Nobody has spoken for him.
One coach came out, and it was Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson. I'm sorry. One came out, and and also the lawsuit is that he filed. It also try to bring other people who's formerly coaches and coordinators to start bringing us as well. So what I noticed, one coach has come out, and hopefully it might be some more. But with this, it's like you just got for me. I just want to see how it plays out and everything. And how is it looking? Could it be changed? I don't know. Or it could go to the Colin Kaepernick route, give it a settlement and he'll shut up. He'll never coach again. And hopefully, if he gets that settlement, maybe, because I'm looking at Brian Flores' background and how he's looking at it, he's a strong brother. So hopefully, but the idea of build our own, maybe, he can, not just him, but try to get other people and try to, build a league of our own.
I think that's the best thing to go to, because let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, in your prediction, how you think this is going to go down?
Right now, I can't say. I just because there was another, like I said, there was another former black head coach who came out, coach of Cleveland, and there's some kind of some similarities of what's going on to Brian Flores. How I'm looking at with the statements and all that type of stats, does he have a shot? Of course, but how I see how the NFL owners are, how tight they are, I think I'll say, Hakeem, they're so tight. Let's say, I was going to bring this up. Brian Flores has, there was allegedly that the NFL owner for the Miami Dolphins, he on his first year, he told him, I will pay you, alleged, we don't know if it's true, that he'll pay $100,000 for lose to every game. And Brian Flores, he's a winner. He wants to win.
Yeah.
He would say he don't want to build a draft capital. If we get someone who'll do that, I'll find, we'll draft the right person, and we'll go through free agency. And going back to the NFL owners, let's say that if it was true, the NFL owners, they're so tight together that if something like that, this stays in league, they'll tell them to sell the team and get the hell out. We don't want that. We try to be buddy together. We can't let these people know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And going back to Black Forest, we just need people that are, they're well, in our Black community, we need people that needs to be tight together. So if we're tight together, we can build on what we need to build on, and it only works in our group of Black people. And hopefully, we do have billionaires type of Black men, with Kanye West, Jay-Z, and everything. And there's a few other Black billionaires as well, but hopefully, if Jay-Z or Kanye, they could, make a statement or quote, put something on Twitter, have another billionaire speak something about it, maybe they can, do a little bit of damage or something like that.
You want to know something? I think they all are useless, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Them guys are still trying to work hand in hand with the NFL to try to make things right. Don't get me wrong, you got to work with them, but the understanding of things, that things are going to change if it wants to change. You feel me?
Yeah.
And if you give a person no choice but to follow in line with you, what did Jay-Z and all them did from all the stuff that they did to do what for him to be right in bed with the NFL?
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing really change.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if an NFL nigga catch a case, he's done. He's finished.
Mm-hmm.
He's never playing again. How many brothers did we just seen in the last week who just caught some cases or finished, finito?
Mm-hmm.
And just looking at a video without understanding the context isn't that racism? When you clearly, I'll give you an example. I don't know if you remember the white boy from out of Seattle who beat up his Black girlfriend.
Yeah, I remember.
So they did that. Nobody said nothing, but they have a picture of Zach giving his woman haymakers. Why can't he get off on that?
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying, like, this is why I'm saying, like, when we start talking about this conversation, like, bro, bro, I also say sometimes if a person lets you in their house knowing that you ain't supposed to be there, you should feel privileged. Now, if you want to force that man to accept you, that's where the issue comes. Because you want to know why, if you had your own house, you could set your own rules and treat your people the best way. You feel me? That's why I say I bring these little conversations where, here's the thing. The Negro League, within a short period of time, we had some of Hall of Famers out there that would run circles around the white boys that are out here now. We built, now mind you, it wasn't making that much money, and sometimes it would have made that much money if our own people supported the way people support the NBL, the hockey leagues and all this stuff. You got to understand something. Some of these leagues, Black people don't go support them, and it's $100 million business, right?
Mm-hmm.
When have you noticed niggas to go watch some hockey? Huh?
Nobody. You know what? I have. You know what? I have an idea. I just got an idea.
Yeah.
And we talked about this before we got on live. You remember we talked about the Ice Cube with the with the big baller, big three.
Yeah, with the big three.
Yeah. I believe if we could get, let's say Brian Flores, let's say he won let's say he won the one. Let's say he got a settlement, right?
Yeah.
Let's say he did, they want to give him a settlement. What if him, after that, he talked about having a league of players that maybe they was not in the league no more. You know what? Now I just thought about something else. I believe the XFL, since Dwayne Johnson, the Rock Johnson, he owns it. And he's half Black, half Samoan. If he can, I feel like if Dwayne Johnson can make that to like a all Black type of league of players that that's maybe didn't have a shot making to the NFL, or maybe got kicked out of the NFL.
It'll blow up. It'll blow
up.
It'll blow up, and I bet you the NFL will try to buy it.
Yeah.
That's all it. Listen,
you know what? The XFL. That's the only shot. Because remember, Vince McMahon, he didn't want to start the XFL.
Yeah, he did. He did. And just I don't know. A lot of people forget, like, semi-pro football and arena league. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to not quit on your dreams and stuff like that. You just got to be able to understand building a platform is better than trying to run behind somebody and trying to force their hand to do that. If you know you're going to walk in somebody's house, you're going to go through some issues. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I say I start to look at people and say, hey, man, don't you got money? Why don't you just start your own stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have an issue going to a hotel in your own city and they treating your peoples bad, get with some niggas and open up a hotel where they cater to Black people.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, in Maryland, there is a Black golf course. There is a Black upscale golf course. You know about it?
Yeah, I do.
I was so shocked to know about that, where it was like Black people come there, get dinners, they play golf, and I'm like, whoa. You know what I mean? This is something where I know if I go up there, I know they're not going to discriminate against me, are they?
Of course not.
All I got to do is just make sure I got my bread right. So this is all I'm saying. So I hope, listen here, I hope he wins this lawsuit. I hope there's a I hope there's a compromisation that can be foot on both sides. to be like where it can. Because don't get me wrong, we're not going to ignore the issues that plague our societies and the gluttons that we see every day about it. But the thing about it is, we need to start to understand when we're talking about solutions in things that to be productive and to have a conversation that's leading. Because let me tell you something, everything else we have done is not working. You feel me? It's not working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's Tony Dungeon? Where he at?
He's in NBC. He's a NBC analyst for Sunday Night Football.
You see, and he's a Hall of Famer. He's black. He's won Super Bowls, correct?
Yep, he won a Super Bowl in 2006 when Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, like, did they undermine him? Like, did they call him a nigger? Did they call him a nigger through the locker room? Did he ever mention anything like that?
I don't know. When you leave the locker room, you got other people in there. They probably said it.
But you get where I'm coming from, right?
Yep.
Like what? Like, can he speak up for our brother, our Honduran brother, Brian Flores?
You know who I want to speak, and he's an active coach, and he's been coaching for the Pittsburgh Steelers 15 years. I want Mike Tomlin to say something.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for 15 years, and he been coaching the Pittsburgh for 15 years, and he never had a losing season.
That's crazy, yeah.
And I'm kind of like, okay, Mike Tomlin, are you gonna say something, tweet something, put a picture, make a quote about something? Because he's been, but hopefully he'll say something. But right now he's been quiet. I want Mike Tomlin to say something, or tweet something.
No, I would hope so as well, because I'm saying to myself, like, hey, we're going to have these conversations. That's why these things don't work if there's not a backing behind them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Ron, what's your perspective on it?
My perspective on it, with the Brian Flores situation, it's kind of funny because I was having a conversation with my friend about it today while I was at work, and we were talking about the whole situation. I told him the problem is, I understand people say Brian Flores is right in the aspect of what he's doing with the lawsuit. And I agree with him as well. However, we gotta remember one thing: when you and Jordan was going back and forth, white man owns the organization.
Preach.
White man are the owner. White
Preach,
man
Muhammad.
control everything that come to the NFL. So for him to complain and try to do a lawsuit of discrimination, he has to understand that the fact is it's a white man organization. You have to do what they say until we have our own organization.
Preach, Muhammad.
Yeah.
Preach, Muhammad.
Absolutely.
So by him doing that, to me, it's just like Colin Kaepernick is not going to go nowhere. It's going to stay where it's at. They're just going to look at it as, okay, he's just another black man complaining, and he will no longer be working with this organization. And I like the fact what Hakeem said, we do need to create our own Negro League. But the only problem with black people, we don't support each other.
Oh my God.
That's the issue with that.
Listen, you can get some niggas to smoke a joint or run a train, but not to build no business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fact.
That's true.
Fact.
You got a point.
We don't support each other, and that's the only issue we have in that community. And I don't know, you saw like recently on my Instagram, I put in my story how black economic, we spent about $1.9 trillion last year, but we don't have no wealth.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like we benefit them more than they benefit us. So at the end of the day, they're gonna laugh about the whole situation. They're gonna pay them off.
Yeah. He'll get paid off, but he won't never get accepted. But you want to know where he can? You want to know where he can? You know where he gonna get accepted to?
Oh, Deion Sanders. You better go there.
Listen. No.
Listen. Or Eddie George in Tennessee State.
Tennessee State. Listen, if he go take his talents and skill set to an HBCU, they'll welcome him because he's not a bad coach.
No, he's a good coach.
He's a good coach. And to see a dark skin, for some football teams to see a dark skinned brother like that, and knowing that he's an ex NFL coach, that'll take one of these leagues to another level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Right.
man. Listen,
Y'all speaking facts. It's just that's the only issue, and I think it's just gonna be another Cameron Kaepernick situation that they're gonna be like, okay, here you go. They're gonna give us some money, give them some money, and they'll be like, okay, see you later. And a lot of people were saying, how come the players don't step up? Because remember, a lot of us black kids, I think Jordan knows and Hakeem knows, we grew up in the hood. Remember, it's a dream for us to go to the NFL, to go to the NBA.
Fact.
Taking that, standing up, we're gonna be like, wait a minute, you taking my dream away from me. Where it's like only a small percentage of black are go to the NFL and actually play as a star player.
That is. No, he's speaking fact.
And thing is, the contract's not fully guaranteed either. So
no,
thank you.
Isn't.
Like Jordan said, the contract not guaranteed. So people will be like, I ain't standing up for that. He's on his own. That wasn't gonna happen.
Basically, but listen, everybody who had tried to stand up with Kaepernick when he did that got reprimanded. Tell me if I was wrong.
Yep. Fact.
So even you trying to speak up, you gonna fumble the bag for your family, and your wife gonna look at it. Is you stupid? We don't know him like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the first thing your woman gonna say. Boy, you got kids to feed. And listen here, a lot of people don't forget. Do y'all remember that basketball player a couple years prior before that he wouldn't stand up for the American flag, and they banned him so bad that we don't even remember his name? You know what I'm talking about?
No,
I don't remember.
It was a basketball player. He had changed his name to a Muslim name. They erased him from the league so bad that he doesn't. You don't hear him talk, but now he coaches for kids. You feel me? Listen, same thing with Tim Hardaway when he said something about the alphabet people. Remember them?
Yeah, I remember that.
Listen, they erased him. They erased him from NBA history, and that man was nothing nicer when he was in the league. So the thing is, I don't want him to put this lawsuit out here and fumble the bag for those beautiful kids that he got. You know what he should have did when he had a problem? He should have got contact with some of the brothers in the back. Hey, we need you over here, baby. The bag not that big, but you gonna eat in the back end. Nigga, we got Florida A&M. We got places in brother. It's enough where you can take your talents to get it to the point where we need to start building up other teams. Listen, if I had money today, I would buy my own team in the ex-NFL because Dwayne Johnson on one.
Yep.
Or Arena League. And I hire all street niggas to play. I'm talking about the blackest of blackest brothers.
Facts.
Yeah.
He's speaking real talk.
I'm talking about, and then listen, because when them brothers gonna work hard and start winning, then you can start paying them brothers millions. Listen, let me ask you a question. Do you ever hear the Chinese complain about being accepted in sports? Oops.
Nope.
Nope.
No, because remember the Chinese got their own thing. They got their own economic. That's why they don't really worry about sports.
Listen, This is for a fact that I know this for a fact. In Flushing, Queens, I met some Asian boys out there. They support their sport teams in China more than they do anything else. Shout outs to Flushing, Queens, and all my Koreans and all my Chinese brothers out there. They support their own. I was in one of their internet cafes, playing a little Wars and Warcraft. I ain't gonna lie to you. I am a nerd. I'm a duck. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But listen, them Asian boys support their sports team out there. Where's Dice K at? You remember Dice K?
Yeah.
He hasn't played. Is he still playing for any American team?
Nope.
Listen, what about the tall Asian brother that used to play for the NBA? That man is.
Yao Ming.
That man is a god back in China.
Yep. And
Mhm.
people keep forgetting the money he got for the NBA. He brought it back to his own country.
Brought it back to his
Mhm.
own country to facilitate his own country.
Nobody talks about that. Yep.
Nobody. Listen.
Yep.
Listen. Here's the thing, brother. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
How about this? Why haven't niggas went to Africa to start an NFL league?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, the NBA is already infiltrating Africa. You know there's an NBA Africa now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Go look at that. There's an NBA Africa, and them boys out there is not playing. Why haven't the billionaire brothers gone to Africa and start a league? Talk black to me, nigga.
Because we don't know. And you know what? And this is to me, and the thing is about that, Hakeem, we need to be more educated on this as well.
Yeah.
And start building our own, because it's you see that the China, they're going to Africa on the eastern part of Africa.
Yeah, they are.
And being consumers and everything. But the thing is, we don't know about that. And that's a problem.
No, we don't. We're not educated on that. And to be honest with you, we don't listen. Brothers don't care about building no platform. We want to be a part of what the white boy built already. And I don't have an issue with that, but just don't complain when the white boy tell you to go sit down.
Right.
Well, Ronnie just laid it out for us. We're talking about this.
Ronnie was clear cut with it, yo.
Very clear cut.
I could have said
better because the thing is, guys, because now they're starting to see more black men as complainers. Like we starting to complain more and more, and we're using like the race card to try to get our way. But we gotta understand something. Like we gotta break it down, and we gotta take our feelings out of it. Like you guys always say, and we gotta use our logic. We gotta think about, okay, who owns the league? Who's the owners are? Who runs the organization? So you gotta keep it all in mind. Is whoever owns that organization, they get who they want.
And then also who's sponsoring, and also and I was going to ask you who's sponsoring them too. You got corporations like
and most of them
like with the Super Bowl, like who's right. With the Super Bowl halftime show, Pepsi, that's the biggest sponsor. It is. And you see them, sponsoring its grocery stores, and they will be sponsoring here around the Super Bowl and everything. It's not just NFL, but you got white sponsors as well. So
yeah, basically,
we are going to be, we need to own our own, because it's feel like we're going to be controlled.
Thank you. You're talking about a white organization and white advertising, all tied into one. It's a big circle. It's a big circle. You should be happy that they even allowed you to go in there. I'm only just saying that because Ronnie just said it. If you own, you got to do what he got to say, unless you come over here and work with your brothers and we set the terms of what you and your brother want to do.
Right.
Think about it, John. I was telling somebody at work. I said we have enough black people that have wealth, from celebrities all the way down into entrepreneurs. They could come together and say, you know what, we're gonna create our own football team.
Yeah.
We're gonna create our own basketball team. We can still have it in the NFL, but we're just gonna create our own, and it's just gonna be black only. They're not
Definitely.
They're not gonna do that, but we have the resources. We do.
Hey, you're right. Listen, I love that you say that. I love that you say I want to piggyback on that. New Jordan era. We don't necessarily have to create our own league in a sense. What he said, we could just buy a football team. Buy a football team or submit an application to create one in a city where there's none.
Yeah, and they'll allow you to do it. That will keep saying that they will allow you to do it.
Listen,
bring revenues and resources to their organization.
To the league. Listen, there's 3 states that produce the most NFL teams. You got Florida, NFL players. You got Florida, you got Alabama, you got Texas. Alabama don't have no sports team.
Facts. Yeah, how can you do your research? That's facts.
Alabama don't have no sports team, but they live and die football there. Why there's no professional sports team? Where all the billies at to create a sports team in the stadium there? You won't think niggas won't be running back and forth to want to play for their state?
Yeah, and Alabama got the leaks. Man, I can't. You did your research. That's facts.
I'm trying to tell you, it'll be easy to come. It'll be easy to come to be like, hey, we gonna go play for them brothers down in Alabama. Every nigga in their state will be like, tickets will be sold out. What's the and then we be like, hey, let's get Brian Flores over here for $100 million contract.
Man, that's facts.
That's when you start to say, hey, Flores, you got issue. Come coach for your brothers here.
That's true. You see? Yeah. See, that's
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a solution instead of complaining.
That's a simple thing. We'll just go petition and start our own team. Listen, you know, what's the white boy who plays soccer?
It's so many, man.
the one with the slick back.
You talking about David Beckham?
David Beckham. He started a team in Miami. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. You're right.
Yeah. He started a team in Miami. He came in and created a team and a stadium. His son plays professionally.
Yeah. Wow.
Like this is what we need to do. If it's an issue, get some of them brothers, get some of the Billies out there. If niggas say they're real billionaires, petition the state of Alabama, particularly Birmingham, which is the largest city. Hey, we want to build a stadium out there, and we're calling the Birmingham Cougars.
Yeah.
Or the Birmingham Panthers, or whatever you want to call them. Or the Birmingham Warriors, whatever you want to call them. And you petition to start a team there. Come on, man. You don't need to be crying about that. But that's all I be screaming, man. That's all I be screaming. Yeah. But hey.
Man, I would say, man, you speaking facts, man.
Yeah, but yo, it just you want to know something? I'm hurt because I don't want to see brothers go through this, because I've went through my own experience in life with being denied for jobs, being prejudged and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? And having good brothers around me to wake me up and say, hey, brother, don't be crying about that. Just go create your own job. And me not blaming the white man for not allowing me to run his own ship. That's his ship. He's supposed to have one of his own white brethren to own him. So because when I run my own ship, I can dictate who I want to run my own ship. Am I wrong?
That's facts.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. We be like, hey, check this out. I can start picking and choosing what brothers I want to come pick. And be like, hey, we got a couple convicted felons. Hey, y'all brothers come here and work with me. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of brothers who have football talents and coaching skills who are just sitting at home twiddling their football.
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about how talented we are, how phenomenal we are. That doesn't do nothing for us, to be honest with you. I hate when it's like giving a person a certificate of appreciation. Hey, here's a certificate for being black and being phenomenal. I don't want to talk about Ifatunde. I don't want to talk about we're descended from Egypt. Nigga, where the money at? Let's start building some platforms and start catering to some folks.
Yeah.
You got a problem at your job, and McDonald's giving you a problem, go make your own McBurgers then.
Facts.
Or McDowell's from Coming to America. Remember that?
Yeah, McDowell's. And then you pick, and listen, you know the funny thing about this whole situation? If we had our own sports team, if a black person really had our own sports team, he wouldn't discriminate against no white boy. He'll let a white boy come and run and do some things. And we're not like that.
No, we're not.
We'll had a Spanish boy in here. We'll have the Asian boy. We're more of a community people. So our conception of race is not prejudged on anything. We just see you as one of the people. Mind you, we allow y'all to sleep with our women and impregnate them, and we don't say nothing. But that's the difference if it was twisted around.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? So this is where we have the concept of and people who are listening. I want to thank the two people who are listening. Listen to what I'm telling you. What is your definition of systemic racism and what you think the solution should be? I need y'all to drop that in the chat and tell me what you think. Do you think you want to cry and pander and pull your hand out? Or do you think you want to start knocking on some doors of people that look like you and say, hey, we don't have no more baseball teams, or we don't have this. Let's go make one. All it is a submit. All it is a submit of an application. Do people? A lot of people don't know. Hey, Jordan and Ronnie.
Yeah.
Haven't you noticed the decreased amount of black baseball teams, of little league baseball teams that they was when we was growing up?
Mm-hmm.
They're practically non-existent anymore. No more Ken Griffey Jr.'s, no more Satchel Paige, none of that. Am I wrong?
Yeah. They're all coming from the South America.
South America, Dominican Republic, and don't get me wrong, them brothers are still black though, but they don't have the same sentiments of the brothers here. It's some niggas here who could sling a bat. That's another thing we could do. It don't always have to be football. We could start a baseball league to start dominating, start whipping some of these dudes' asses out here. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. So I'm getting cotton mouth.
No, because this subject here is very touchy to everybody, and Brian Flores is a prime example of when situations do occur, you gotta learn how to be solution based and then create your own way out. Don't try to look for them. Like you find them to be that why it really doesn't make any sense, because you find them to be the enemy, but yet you go to the enemy and ask for help.
Yeah, basically. I know.
You get what I'm saying? So are they really your enemy? Or do you really, that I always say deep down inside, do black people really hate the white man, or they actually love the white man? They just want to be accepted.
They want to be accepted, bro. That's my whole point. And I think I
agree. They want to be accepted.
They want to be accepted, man. And it's like I don't want people to feel like it's like one thing. There's other things you can do, man. Like you don't necessarily have to be subjugated to some situation, man.
No, of course not. No. But I told you, I think they're gonna pay him all, but he just won't no longer be welcome in the league. And it's just a sad situation that occurred. And I don't know, Jordan talked about how they actually were trying to pay him to throw the game, so they give like first and second round pick.
Yeah, Jordan mentioned that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they kind of show you like football is really entertaining, like everything scripted. Cause look, they actually want him to throw the game for the Dolphins, and a lot of people got that because a lot of people didn't. You hear about the game being rigged. We talk about that among ourselves, among men, but to hear that like it actually was rigged, that hey, they want him to throw the game and he didn't want to do it, and he lost money because of it. It's just a massive situation. Like he just exposed the organization and the NFL like wide open.
Yeah.
And it's just like it. I want to see what's going to happen because the Super Bowl is literally next week. So I want to see what's going to happen for the next couple of days because he exposed the NFL like wide open.
Yeah. And he did it, and it happened like right off of pre Super Bowl, because this week is not Super Bowl week. Next week is Super Bowl week. So I'm definitely going to see how it's going to hit during the Super Bowl week.
Same here.
Yeah.
So is this? So I don't know. Hakeem, you got any final thoughts?
Bill Jones.
I'm going. Hey, I concur with Hakeem on that. I only have final thought. I'm going to concur.
That's all I can say, man.
That was simple.
No, because he just said build your own, like straightforward. He didn't even add like. But I think each and build your own. My final thought is this is a prime example of what me and Jordan Arrow, we keep, me, myself, and Hakeem and Jordan Arrow always talks about when it comes to man need to step up, man need to stop being emotional. Because when you're emotional, you don't think and you move with your feelings, This is a prime example of what happened. Now, what Brian Flores did, he can handle it differently. But like I said, he exposed the NFL wide open. And now they're going to be very touchy of think about when they're going to hire a next black coach again because of what he did.
100%.
So it's just a sad situation. I would say we're going to cover it more as the day progresses. So more information comes back and forth. But I'm proud of him for what he did and what he stands for.
100%.
Be like another Kaepernick situation. It's going to get swept beneath the rug. Black people support the NFL, whether people like it or not. Most of the players in the NFL are black. It's like, I think 72% black.
Woo. Yep. It might be more than that.
You know, and then you got more black kids that graduated from college that's going to the NFL this year because of the NFL draft. So I doubt it. Anything will change within the organization. All they're going to do is they're going to interview more black people. That's it. That's all they're going to do. So you already know. That being said, for me, Jordan, and Hakeem, KR Culture Radio.
We out, people. Peace.